I'd say we should stop to talk, but I'm swamped.
Are you certain you want to dismiss your companion?
Oh, really now? Well, well, well. I guess this makes us mortal enemies. For now, at least.
Back so soon? Changed your mind about teaming up?
He grins, sharp teeth glittering in the midday sun.
Right you are.
Junk.
The air out here's a damn sight better than in Fort Joy, eh? I've still got a contract to fulfill. But after that, getting the hell off this island sounds good.
Ifan looks at you askance, then doubles up, laughing. He wipes tears from his eyes and stutters to speak, but he can't stop laughing enough to do so.
Oh, she was a fine one. You see there, she writes like a cottage innocent, but the truth is, it was she who stole everything from the chems. And she wrote that whole book to cover her tracks, so nobody would look for the missing gold anywhere near her. She never even met Roost, though she paints quite an accurate picture of his, bedroom antics.
And with that, he's laughing uncontrollably again, waving you away with both hands. Seeming surprised, Ifan gladly takes the drink from your hands and downs a hefty glug.
Ah, that hit the spot.
He holds the flagon out to you.
Well, keep those wits of yours around me too, then. When I'd be sharing Rotgut with Roost and the boys back at camp, we always had a lookout. Called him Happy Morning, on account of how he'd be having one the next day. Unlike us. So tell me, if we weren't stuck here, what would you be doing with your time? Not what I'd choose for myself, but you do you. Relic of Flame. That brew went straight to my bladder. If you'll excuse me.
Loping up behind you, Ifan leans in to whisper in your ear.
Let me do the talking here. This one's expecting me.
The hooded man exudes an aura of restrained menace. As he raises his head to speak to Ifan, the hood falls back, revealing the gleaming bone visage of an undead. They speak in urgent whispers. Suddenly, the undead's bony claw pulls an elaborate crossbow from seeming thin air. It appears to be enveloped in misty shade. He proffers it to Ifan, along with a single rank-smelling arrow. Before you know it, the crossbow and arrow are tucked away in Ifan's backpack, and the conversation ends with a curt nod on both sides. Ifan knocks the crossbow with an arrow. He hoists it up to his shoulder, a satisfied smile brightening his face as he stares down the shadow-swirled stock. Raising an eyebrow, he holds it out for you to try.
Care to fire the first arrow from Shadow's Eye?
The arrow soars long and far, whistling a dusky tune as it flies against the breeze. It hits the target dead on, fletchings quivering with the impact. Ifan whistles a matching tune and gives you an admiring glance as he takes back the crossbow.
Knew you had it in you. A good weapon's one thing, but there's nothing on Riverland like a good companion.
With a smile, he claps you on the back before packing up the crossbow once more.
Friends, eh? Well, let's hit the road, friend. I'm sensing we'll need to be good weapons out here.
He spins on one heel and begins to stride onwards, keen eyes scouring the environment for any dangers. He turns to wave you along, eyes glittering in the swampy gloom.
I am the rage that reigns, red cousin. I drain you dry. I make you pay. I wipe away the stain.
Let me shield you until you find me.
You have my thanks, milady.
What's this? I found something.
find? What strange witchery is this? Careful now. That's a trap.
Careful.
What's this?
I spotted a
I
trap.
found something.
The air out here's a damn sight better than in Fort Joy, eh? Lonely? I wouldn't think so. I went from life in the regiment, to life in the pack, to life on the road with you. I haven't had time to be lonely.
He pauses, reddening slightly as he looks at you curiously.
Unless, wait. What did you mean exactly? Ah, yes. Of course.
Ifan tips his fingers to his temples and saunters ahead.
darkness! Big fire boom, lightning crash! One moment, sun! The next, I feel darkness inside me, then noise! So much noise! Clank, moan, clink, groan! I hid in a stump. I'm not a stupid squirrel. I have much stowed away for hard times. But I saw them! I saw the shinies! Loud! Fire and steel! Crash, bash, boom, splat! It was warm, then it was cold. No one left, just salamanders. They liked the meat. But I saw the shinies. 4 of them. Round. Darkness left, then light again. Warm. Saw glints in sand and dirt. Yay! Okay. I hope you find shinies. They make happy.
We aren't really safe here, are we?
So long as Gareth returns, we will be.
You're alive! Wasn't sure you would be. Samadel, this is the one I told you about.
The dishevelled lizard eyes you with hope, though her hope is tinged with mistrust.
Focus on your breathing, Jules. Slow and deep.
Han tells me you helped him out of Fort Joy. For that, you have my thanks. Can I ask if... Did you happen to meet a man named Gareth on your way here?
He'll be back, Samadel. I know he will. He has to.
He has to, indeed. We need our leader. And if he doesn't return with help soon, we haven't a hope. Have you heard of Shriekers?
Han looks down with a flinch. Samadel reaches out, grasping his hand. Her jaw tightens.
They're weapons that can kill with a screech. The Magisters patchwork them from living sorcerers. Don't misunderstand me. We're not afraid to fight, but we are powerless against Shriekers. The priestess of the shrine told Gareth some ancient secrets, some defenses that could be found in Brackus's armory, and he went there in the hopes of finding it, whatever it is. You're kind to offer, but you'd best talk to Gareth's squire, Exeter. He'll know where your talents can be most used. Now, Han, let's take a look at your nasty leg injury.
Catch you later, Skipper. It's good you're here.
Focus on your breathing, Jules. Slow and deep.
Han stares fixedly at the dirt floor, twitching lips giving away the grimace he's trying to hide as Samadel applies stinking ointment to a deep gash on his leg.
Glad you made it here in one piece. Any idea what you're going to do next?
He looks at you sidelong, brow furrowing.
Sure, just don't get too cozy. If you're smart, you won't stay here too long. Folks here just want to cry over spilt milk and wait for Gareth. Soon as I'm healed, I'll find him myself. Someone has to. If you have one to spare, I sure would appreciate it.
He gulps down the potion and stretches his leg in front of him, grinning.
Almost good as new now. Thanks.
Samadel smiles with relief at Han's healed leg, bowing gently in thanks when your eyes meet.
Lord, you still with us?
This is ruin.
A grim-faced man sifts through a pile of badly damaged weapons, salvaging the repairable, ditching the broken. He picks up a rapier, the blade nicked and splintered, the hilt twisted.
Shinier too, I'll wager. But we work with what we have. Here, see for yourself.
He holds the damaged blade up to the light.
This was Halorn's blade. It was his first, it was also his last. He didn't intend to die here, but die here he did. He was an ordinary soul with an extraordinary heart, Halorn, and he died for what he believed.
The point breaks away, leaving a jagged edge. The sword is shorter now, but it'll do more damage.
Who are you?
He stares at you, mouth open. His gaze drops to find, to his surprise, his knuckles white on a weapon in his hand. He smiles to himself, gets back to work.
Most of this is scrap.
Please, Amadia, bless and protect your humble servant.
If this is all we have, we're done.
He works fast, checking weapons to see if they're battle-ready. He thumbs the edge of a blade. It draws blood. He grins.
The blade is thirsty. Now, what can I do you for? Nice doing business with you. I wish I had better wares to offer. And protect your humble servant.
and protect your humble servant.
Before you stands a figure, her body wreathed in cloth. All you can see of her eyes are two dark holes in an ornate mask.
Smoke and screams, echoes of death. Gareth, please come back. Amadia's blessings, child. I have not seen this face in our sanctuary before. Pray, who are you? My sympathies, friend. The divine order strike prince and pauper alike. I cannot restore your realm, but you can always make a home here. I am Gratiana, priestess of Amadia. It is a privilege to welcome you to her sanctuary from Brachus's vile swamps. It was not always thus. This swamp was once a rich, lush land before he came, before Brachus. I have been here for many years. It has given me a lot of time to reflect on the past and learn from it. In truth, the torments of Brachus and of these magisters were not so different. Both purged source from this land. Indeed, the magisters have even taken Brachus's worst tools. First, the purging ones, and now those shriekers. Without something more powerful than these sticks the Seekers are armed with, those crucified monstrosities will kill them to a man. Twice today I've heard those words. Their leader, Gareth, insisted that he could lead them out of this place. I told him of Brachus's cache of soul-forged weapons, arms not even the Shriekers could stand against. He ventured out to find them, but has not returned. I fear for these souls, if he has come to any harm in the marsh. Without the wands he seeks, not one will escape this island. Gladly, but I fear you'll fare no better than the Seeker. North of here you'll find the ruins of Brachus's source armory. Nothing in this land can counter the Shrieker's power like those weapons. Without them, the Seekers are truly hopeless. Walk ever in Amadia's grace, child. Gareth, please come back.
The air out here's a damn sight better than in Fort Joy, eh?
Are you certain you want to dismiss? His eyebrows shoot up.
Can't say I'm not sorry to see you go, but you'll be all right. These swamps won't get you down. Good luck out there. Might be we'll see each other further down the road.
Hey there, old buddy, old acquaintance. Want to team up again? Who said anything about otherworldly? Demons and brain ghosts are just as mundane as you or I. Mostly you. So, want to go together? Well, that was easier than I thought. And I'll do my best to stay myself. Lead the way.
The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The seven watch over us, you're safe in bed.
Echoes of please, Amadia.
So close your sweet
Bless
eyes.
and protect
Rest
your humble servant. Please come back.
Amidst the placid little pond, the face of a goddess lies half submerged in the water. Rivulets stream from her deep-set eyes like endless cascades of sunlit tears. You feel peaceful in her presence, soothed somehow by an intangible comfort. As you gaze upon her loving face, you find yourself drawn into a trance-like state. A voice seems to reach you from within your mind and from the furthest reaches of the stars. Its whispers caress you like a breeze. The voice grows stronger, like a breeze picking up. What were whispers become words.
My children, my children. Gone are my children. Dead are they in the cradle I have ruled.
A feeling of indescribable sadness assails you. It feels like your heart merges with the spirits, torn together by a coil of thorns.
My child, weep with me for the mother who has lost. Weep with me and bathe in the tears of Amadia.
You feel the goddess's presence surround you, feel her nestle you tenderly like a mother. The intensity of her embrace deepens. Never since the unremembered days of childhood have you been so enveloped in maternal safety.
My child, I love you. My own, my own. I will guard you, wander where you will, and cherish the kiss of Amadia.
As suddenly as it came, the voice is gone, and you wake from its presence as if from dream-filled slumber. The pond now shines with an inner light, and standing in its waters, you feel rejuvenated, pure, as if born anew.
Amadia's grace, blessings upon this day.
Smoke and screams, echoes of death.
By Amadia's grace, what did you do? This is a rare gift, one I've not seen before in all my years. Blessings be. I am humbled to be in your presence. Truly we are blessed to know you. If Amadia favors you, that is all I need to know. Go in peace, brother.
A dwarf stands by a young woman. He seems intensely focused on her, whispering and singing softly in her ear. She's staring blankly into space.
Blood and bone, fire and smoke, death and worse.
Hush now, Leia. They'll not hurt you again. You're safe now. Once Gareth gets back, we're going home. You'll see. He'll be fine.
The woman rubs her neck, raking her nails across her skin as she whimpers. The dwarf starts at the sound of your voice, gripping the woman's arm for a moment before he relaxes.
New faces. Hope you aren't bushwhacked by the magisters too. As for her neck, she's remembering the damnable source collar she once wore. Lucky for us, she had the skills to remove them. There's many a sorcerer that's been freed thanks to her.
The dwarf smiles, his eyes filling with warmth as he looks at Leia.
Aye, we are at that.
He strokes her hair as Leia leans her forehead against his shoulder, muttering quietly about Gareth.
Now that's a kindness. Thank you, friend.
A dwarf stands by a young woman.
Blood and bone, fire and smoke.
Hush now, Leia. They'll not hurt you again. You're safe now. Once Gareth gets back, we're going home. You'll see. He'll be fine.
The woman rubs her neck, raking her nails across her skin as she whimpers. As you hum, her rocking slows. She starts to fall in with the rhythm of your voice. She moves in time to your song, grinning widely. She reaches over to take your hand and looks into your eyes.
You're a really special person. My face is warm.
My stomach, too. I'm glad you're here.
The dwarf stares at you, his mouth agape.
I've never seen her react like that to anyone but Gareth. You're a miracle worker, and no mistake.
Howling dogs and men. Friends silently screaming through stitched mouths.
He puts his arm around her as she starts to sob.
She's delicate at the best of times. I asked Simone for something to help her relax, but Gareth's the only one who truly keeps her calm. If we didn't need her to remove Urda's collar, she'd be safe somewhere far from here. And now the rescue's scuppered. It were all for nothing. What do you think, Leah? Can you help?
She looks nervously at you and reaches her hands out towards your neck. You feel the collar slowly twist on your neck. After some time, with a creak of tortured metal, it snaps and falls broken from your neck.
Lucian be praised. She's not tried to use her powers once since Gareth left. That were really something. We were part of the caravan headed to Fort Joy. Shiny collars and all. Gareth and the Seekers ambushed the caravan and freed us. Saved every one of us from that hell. But now he's off searching for weapons to take down them shriekers. And all we can do is sit here, thinking about the God-woken we didn't save.
From fragments to whole. From their past to our future. From their hope to ours.
She ain't detailed, but she ain't wrong. Someone to replace Lucian and push back them void-woken. Someone to restore order and protect the source. I'd speak to Exeter if you want to know more. It won't be no walk in the park, that's for sure. But it's in the hand we've been dealt. It's on us to find Godwoken like Verdus. Mind you, it'll be a damn sight easier when we've weapons that can take on them shriekers. The Magisters will tear us to pieces otherwise.
Gareth would know what to do.
If you've the skill to survive out in that marsh, might be that you can. Please, do what you can.
Smoke and flame. Pain and ruin.
Make a stand. No. We don't have the time.
Please, Amadia.
Think, damn it.
Bless and protect your
Wish,
humble
Garny Bar,
servant.
now don't you cry. The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The seven watch o'er us, you're safe
Smoke
in bed.
and screams. Echoes
So
of death.
close your sweet eyes and rest your
Gareth.
wee head.
Please come back.
Please, Amadia. Bless and protect your humble servant.
Wished, bonny barn, now don't you cry. The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The seven watch o'er us, you're safe in bed.
Smoke and screams.
So close your sweet eyes
Echoes
and
of
rest your wee head.
Please, Amadia.
Gareth.
Bless and protect
come
your
back.
humble servant.
A young man in oversized armor paces around a table covered with a spread of maps, his face a tight scowl of frustration.
Every approach blocked. Oh, damn it! What good are battle tactics against those things anyway?
He glances up. In quick succession, he becomes aware of both your presence and the fact that you're not a familiar face.
Smoke and screams. Echoes of death. Gareth.
Wished, bonny barn, now
Please
don't
come
you
back.
cry. The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The seven watch o'er us, you're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
Smoke and screams.
Who the blazes are you? My word, I never met a royal before. On the run from Fort Joy, are you? A seeker can always recognize a sorcerer when they see one. You met Verdus? Oh, then he's as good as dead. We're the seekers he spoke of. We were supposed to free him. Instead, we've failed him. You, a godwoken? Surely not. Though if Verdus said so, you could be important. But there's no way to be certain until we've left this blasted island behind us. Verdus was godwoken. He was a powerful sorcerer, in the vein of Lucian the Divine. He had the potential to succeed Lucian if he mastered his powers. But now that won't happen. If you're the same as Verdus, then we have to get you away from this place. Someone's been killing the few godwoken that are out here. Likely that dog Alexander. He's a godwoken too. A failed one as far as I'm concerned. I can imagine he won't want any upstart godwoken taking what he figures to be his birthright.
The young man anxiously fidgets with his curved bow. You've found a matter close to his heart, evidently.
That's easier said than done, I'm afraid. Much easier said. The Magisters have us cornered. They have these weapons called shriekers. If we try to go against them unprepared, we're dead. We've lost many already. There's weapons, ancient devices that can counter those things. Our leader, Sir Gareth, set out to find them so we could break the Magister blockade and escape this island. But he hasn't returned. If Sir Gareth doesn't come back with those weapons in tow, well, this island will be our grave.
The young man throws a furtive glance towards the shrine looming out of the water nearby, then leans in to whisper.
The masked priestess, Gratiana. She gave us shelter here and told Sir Gareth how to stop the shriekers. But she unnerves me. Speak to her if you wish. She may know more. You'll help us?
His shoulders visibly relax, the weighty armor upon them settling with a clink.
Thank you. Allies are in short supply in this place. If you help us, I promise we'll get you as far away from this place as possible. Please, ask. Whatever helps. None. He set out to find those source weapons, and that's the last we saw of him. Sir Gareth? He's the finest seeker I know. I'm honored to serve as his squire. He wouldn't let us down. Not unless something's gone horribly wrong. We came to free an elf called Verdus from Fort Joy. He was a godwoken. He could have been the next divine, but we failed him. The Magister flagship, the Lady Vengeance, she's anchored at the old harbour. Once the way is clear, we're to take her and get the hell out of here.
Smoke and screams. Echoes of death. Gareth, please come back.
Take the pain away.
He's cheated death. Thank you, stranger. Claude, turn your head if you can hear me.
I was bound for death until someone healed me. Look, please, stranger, if you're able to heal anyone, see to the others here. They'll die otherwise.
The young woman chews her lower lip as she observes the injured before her. She bends to grab a rag, wiping her blood-smeared hands. She looks up and sees you.
If you're looking for healing, sorcerer, well, there's not much I can do. I wouldn't be much of a seeker if I couldn't recognize a sorcerer standing in front of me. There are many sorcerers in the world, but we have to help a special few above all others. Sorcerers with unique talents.
She takes you in and almost smiles.
I suppose we'll see about you. If we ever make it out of here, that is. But before that, I've got the injured to see to. We tried. The moment we arrived here, that priestess had us bring the wounded to the spring. How I wish it would have worked. But their injuries were too great. If you know a way, I'd be beyond grateful. A few hours ago, that might have helped. Look at their pallor. Only magic can pull them back from the brink now. Magic? All I've got is my own 2 hands and...
She trails off and limply gestures to her paltry makeshift infirmary.
I'm not even a healer. Ours was killed in the attack. I'm just a cook. Do what you will. Just don't cause them any more suffering.
You healed me. How did you... Oh, never mind. I don't care how. I only care that today won't be my last.
He nods, with a determined grimace.
A lot of what happened was a blur after I was hit. But I do remember the screams. From those shrieker monstrosities, and my own brethren screaming in pain. Those magisters are gonna pay in blood for what they did to us.
If my mother were here, she'd box my ears for not being able to thank you properly. Though I reckon that walloping from the Reds was punishment enough. Take this, at least. It'll have to do. Thank you.
I'm alive! I'm alive!
That's better. Up and at 'em. We need to get off this island.
Healed? I'm healed.
I feel better.
Healed? I'm healed.
Showed us. You're safe in bed.
I've spotted something.